My background is pretty much 12 years at Census in digital marketing, directories businesses, and then sort of got made redundant as part of Telstra's sort of consolidation of all their businesses. And probably at that time I was sort of ready for a new change, for a new career move. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And one of my mentors actually said to me, we actually employ a virtual CFO. Why don't you go have a chat with him, see what it's all about, and go from there. And sort of through that conversation, I then started having other conversations with a few other people. So I thought, well, let me try this for 6 months, see what it's about, see if I like it, see if I can actually enjoy working for myself. And it sort of just spiraled for me, which was a great thing. So I got one job, and then that client referred me to another client, and then a friend said, well, my brother's got this startup business, why don't you go work for him? That sort of, I guess, moved me into that sort of startup-y space, and sort of loved working in that sort of startup-y space. But the other side of where I guess my passion was around a system called NetSuite. So through a friend of mine who was a NetSuite implementer, he introduced me to NetSuite, which is a sort of large ERP type system. And that was sort of another tool I sort of, I guess, fell in love with. The few things that I loved about what I was doing was, one was the technology. So I was just constantly learning about new technologies, and even today, 5 years later, I'm still learning about new technologies. And the other thing was just the autonomy of working for multiple different companies. I really started, I guess, initially as a virtual CFO. And that was sort of where I sort of saw myself. But what I found during probably the first couple of years of doing my business was I was struggling to have that conversation with the client. So they didn't really sort of understand what a virtual CFO was, what the benefits of that service were for their types of businesses. And it just sort of fell on deaf ears. So what I did was, the one year, I think it was probably about 3 years ago, actually, I went to Xerocon, and it was a bit of an epiphany for me. There was just, I guess, thousands of bookkeepers and just people, and that sort of reinvigorated me. And that's sort of when I sort of changed my business a bit, and I sort of went into the bookkeeping space. And one of the reasons I went in the bookkeeping space was, one, it was an easy inlet for me to get in to work with clients, but two, I could then use my experience as a virtual CFO and offer those services to my bookkeeping clients. So I could then take them on that journey from just normal, debits and credits to actually, profit and loss and balance sheet. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I love, because you're working with different businesses at different stages within their journey, all going through different challenges. So you just get to enjoy and work with them because you become part of their team. They will confide in you about certain things, and they'll ask you for advice about certain things. So you really become that sort of business advisor for them. For a business owner, I think giving someone else control of their numbers is probably their hardest thing and their hardest challenge. Is that's their sort of personal space. And when they give it to you, that's when they trust you. And if they've given you their numbers to look after, they trust you and they'll trust your advice.